The San Antonio Spurs are a problem because without Victor Wembanyama, this team has gone 8-3. They are sitting at 5th in the West right now with a 16-7 record. And DeAaron Fox is reminding everybody just who he is. The same guy that was an All-NBA team member just a couple of seasons ago and is now the co-star to Wemby is proving that he can still be a star on his own team, as well as the rest of the depth that the Spurs have. And honestly, their depth is the scariest part. Now, first I want to look at these sets that Mitch Johnson and the Spurs were running last night. And without Wemby, they've been very pick and roll heavy. But for good reason. They're 8th in points per possession from their guards in the pick and roll and 1st in field goal percentage per NBA.com. This first set here, it's a little inverted rip action where we got a DHO followed by a down screen for De'Aaron Fox. It doesn't really work though, so now they get into a dribble handoff with Julian Champagnie and he ends up knocking down the 3-ball. So kind of an aborted play, but it ends up working out. Then right here, I really like this little 5-out set. Still working out of the pick and roll, but you're getting Stephon Castle matched up one-on-one with one of their bigs. We got an exchange on the other side of the court to keep those guys occupied, and Stephon Castle just goes straight to work. And then once again right here, another pick and roll. I don't know how much coaching this is or if it's just good playing, but we're going to get a ball screen, and they're essentially just going to beat the defensive rotation with the pass. Harper's going to swing it right to Keldon Johnson, and he's going to go right by Jeremiah Fears before they can even rotate. Now, the Spurs did face some zone last night, and I'm about to explain to you why you can't play zone if you're the Pelicans in the NBA. It did work a little bit, but down the stretch they carved it up. Right here, all it takes is a ball fake for Kelly Olynyk to now have a 2-on-1 with Derek Queen, who's not the best rim protector in the world in the first place, and he gets right to the rim and finishes the layup. Then right here, they're going to try to screen the zone, and it works out very well because McGowan's is going to stay on Stephon Castle's hip, giving up a wide open 3 to Carter Bryant. And Bryant can shoot it. They get the tip back anyway, and then here they are still in the zone. They're going to run a little set play against it with Carter Bryant screening the backside after the exchange at the high post. So boom, we've got Olynyk. They actually had it. Olynyk just looked the wrong way, and then they're still fine. They still got it in the middle of the zone, but then it changes to man, so they get into a strong side pick and roll action. Alvarado has to come over to help the on the roll guy, and they throw it to Stephon Castle for the 3-ball. Next up, this is a big play in the game. They're trying to set this little stagger screen at the top of the zone, screening both of them, and it doesn't really work. It gets blown up by Herb Jones, so they get it to De'Aaron Fox, back to Champagnie, and now they're kind of panicking, but what do you do in clutch time? You go to the guy that's won the first ever Clutch Player of the Year award, De'Aaron Fox, who absolutely drains one in a huge spot. And Fox has been so good for the Spurs. People forget how good he used to be in Sacramento. Last night wasn't his best night, only 4 of 11 from the field, but he did still have 7 assists, hit a couple of big shots late, hit some free throws, and without Wemby, he's been great. Over his last 11 games heading into last night, he was averaging 26.5 points, 7.1 assists, and 1.6 steals. That was also his first 3 games removed since coming back from injury, shooting 49% from the field, 41% from 3 on 7 attempts. If he's shooting like that from 3, then look out, because it completely takes away his biggest weakness, which is his 3-point shooting. Stephon Castle, another guy whose biggest weakness is his 3-point shooting, but last night had 18, 5, and 5. Not the most efficient night in the world, but they were still able to go out and get the win on the road. And this has been much improved for Castle, and that is his passing. He's up to 7.5 assists per game this year to go with 17.5 points, 6 rebounds, and 1.6 steals, really stuffing the stat sheet except for beyond the 3-point line. Shooting 48% from the field, but only 25% from there. Now we talked about that play right there, the 5-out, just letting him get to work, and then also him hitting the big-time trail 3. He's just the connector here. He's a great connector because he can do a little bit of everything, and on top of that, he is an elite defender. Now, as for Dylan Harper, Spurs fans, consider yourself lucky that you got the number 2 overall pick in the draft, because this man is a bucket getter. De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper. What a guard trio for the next 10 years. He's absolutely elite working off the pick and roll, and he's a bigger guard, so if you put a smaller guy on him, he's going to go straight to the rim like last night when Alvarado was guarding him. 22.6 assists, 3 rebounds, 10 of 16 from the field. The dude was everywhere last night, and he's still 19 years old, which might be the craziest part of all of this. He's averaging 13.5 points a game, 3.9 assists, 3.1 rebounds in 22 minutes, and if he wasn't on the stacked up Spurs, he'd probably be the rookie of the year right now. Shooting 48% from the field. Again, the three-point shooting is the only thing that's going to stop this trio, but, I mean, I'm not panicking over a guard in his first 25 games of his career, right? They're notoriously not very efficient, but this was so huge. I mean, 14 seconds left, and DeAaron Fox is on the court. Who do you go to? Dylan Harper, going to his offhand and finishing that layup to give you the lead. Now, if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, 93% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. If that's you, let's go ahead and fix that. And then you can't overstate how important Harrison Barnes is to this San Antonio Spurs team. He's automatic from the corner. He's a great three-point shooter, frankly, at this point in his career. 24 points last night with 2 rebounds and an assist on 9 of 15 shooting from the field, was 4 of 7 from 3. And if you see him take the corner 3, it is pretty much automatic. If he gets to here, just go ahead and start running your secondary break because that thing is going in. We even saw some vintage Barnes last night. He is averaging 13.5 points, 3.5 boards, and 2 assists and a steal in 31 minutes while shooting 49% from the field, 43% from 3 on 5.5 attempts. But this is what I was talking about. The vintage Barnes, you just spread it out and then let him isolate at the free throw line. He gets straight to work, rip through, spin move, fade away, and gets it to go over Saddiq Bey, who's not the worst defender in the world. And then they go a little small ball here, which I think is a pretty good adjustment by Mitch Johnson, going to the 5-out small ball with, I guess, Harrison Barnes at the 5, and he just takes Derek Queen off the dribble straight to the rim, takes the rookie to the weight room, and gets the finish to go. And then they finally run him off the line, and he brings out the old man move at the YMCA with the running hook shot, getting it to go. And then Julian Champagnie is just the perfect wing to go with Harrison Barnes around Wemby and Fox. He put up 17 last night with 6 rebounds and 3 assists, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. This was nice right here, just stepping into it and drilling it. And then right here in transition, Harper finds him, sets his feet, knocks it down. These two are it's one of the best role-playing wing duos in the league. And, I mean, that's a mouthful, but it's true. 11.2 points per game is what Champagnie is averaging on 38% shooting from beyond the arc. He's been great for him all year. And then we even saw some Carter Bryant minutes last night, getting the loose ball and getting downhill, finishing the layup, and then out in transition, getting the lob. Man, if we can see some more Carter Bryant minutes, that's going to be fun. He was one of my steals of the draft. Kelly Olynyk was really solid last night off the bench. In about 15 minutes, he put up 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals on 4 of 7 shooting from beyond the arc. Just a great veteran presence to have because he can stretch the floor. He can also take you down low. He can do a bunch of stuff. Keldon Johnson has been really a lot better for the Spurs this year than I thought he was going to be. Just the glue guy. You see him right there fighting through that box out, getting the tap back on the offensive glass, then ripping through and going doing a chin up on the rim. He's averaging 13 points a game with 5.8 rebounds, 1.3 assists. The 3-point efficiency is still not there. It may never be there at this point in his career, but he's doing the little things, and they don't really guard him, so every now and then he'll let one fly and he'll knock it down. Luke Cornett was back last night. He's kind of a culture guy here, culture shifter, as a guy that can play the starting 5, but is better as a backup when Wemby's there. Sohan got him a dunk last night, and then Devin Vassell had a little bit of an impact, hitting a big-time 3-ball from the logo. If you've made it this far into the video, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. The Spurs are going to be scary once Wemby comes back.